Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Mob Psycho this week, guys. Oh, Lord. If you haven't started watching the second season of Mob Psycho, here is your true reason why you need to watch this season now. I have never seen such a weirder animated style in quite some time since this episode has came out, and my God, was it epic! Not only did we see what Mob is possible, possible of at 100% with positivity, like with a positive attitude of trying to pretty much get his way, seemingly like whenever he hits 100%, he always, whatever his last emotion is the one that truly takes over and kind of gives him his ultimate ability while he's in that state. And this week it was like positivity, or like just like trying to save someone, like being, you know, um, a hero or something. Like his whole body and persona like took that of like one of the hero, with his eyes so bright and they seem like you could see the light through his eyes. You know, he had all that crazy stuff going for him in this week trying to save this girl. And it all makes a lot of sense with how much he's suffered through for him to be able to just like not even react to half the stuff that she was putting him through. Well, more the guy than the girl, but she also was a part of kind of that ritual of, manipulating and talking trash and pouring the milk. That was her, actually. But the whole point was the guy who was there, he was controlling everybody else, and she was joining in as if she wasn't the one who was under attack in her own body the whole time. So that's kind of where the whole notion comes from of her feeling bad and apologizing. I mean, not only that, she was beating the crap out of him when they weren't when Mob wasn't inside either. So I think she was experiencing that. Like she noticed some of it, and that's also something that kind of like hurt her. Just knowing that she's straight up beating the crap out of a kid that's her age practically. But overall, man, that fight was so like high maintenance in the sense of just what was happening on screen at all time was absolutely ridiculously crazy. And I'm gonna put as many of the pictures that I can up in the post on Anime and Mimo. So if you guys want to see exactly just like my take on all the stuff I could capture in that moment of me reacting, is just, it's crazy how many different things they were throwing out. View wise, they did this very interesting like half screen thing where it wasn't like you're watching full screen, but for some reason there's still like a half screen of just like the whole thing. You'll see it in the pictures and stuff. Like I didn't choose to make it half screen the way it is and stuff. So that was the only downside, was that half screen part, because of how the pictures come out. They look really trash in my opinion when they like that. But the episode isn't worried about what my screenshots look like. Man, this episode just with how much Mob is holding back and how much power he actually has, for him to be able to use it without really damaging any of the outside world is probably the most dangerous place for Mob to be, simply because he is going to go in. Like he knows the only person he could really hurt is evil spirits, because that's what he's focusing all of his emotions and power towards. And the things that could get hurt in the meantime is just stuff that is a part of a fabricated world in this girl's mind. Holy crap, that was quick. But yeah, I think that is the key thing to notice here is Mob is in a world that isn't going to be damaged when he leaves it. So he had no strings to hold him back in this week, and man, he truly proved that if that was the case, if there was a world where it just was okay to let go of his powers and mess everything up, that's what it would look like. This is exactly what he could do to the whole entire city, if not billions of people in a matter of seconds with how much power this kid has. And to think that he is the one that is holding back, he is the one that doesn't really um, try to cause any problems, but his mentor, his teacher, literally tries to take him to the problems. uh, it's just the perfect combination for like some interesting battles to occur at any time. The one person that really surprised me this week and kind of last week as well was Dimple. Um, I feel like we are almost in a place where we can trust Dimple 100% of the way, and actually give him the benefit of the doubt when it comes down to trusting him throughout the rest of the show almost, because just because of how he's been holding himself and been treating situations lately, you could kind of tell that he does care for Mob, but at the same time, he's like Orochimaru with Sasuke. Like he cared about Sasuke to an extent of getting his body, and once that mission was kind of over, sure he still kind of like stuck by him, but that was more or less because the person that was controlling the eyes that he wanted, Orochimaru, he was the person who had him was actually showing more and more signs of learning new things and obtaining further levels that maybe would not be possible without having the full-on DNA of Sasuke, or so stuff like that. So when it comes down to Dimple and how he's treating Mob, that's pretty much the relationship I see out of it. Is straight up him just protecting a body that he could see himself using in the future if Mob was to ever let go, like let his guard down. But that's the whole point. Is I feel like Dimple might learn that he might have a better chance just getting a different body. Like with being with Mom, he's going to sooner or later find people who are evil, people who have nothing good going for them. And I think the only problem with Mob and Dimple being together, and the reason why Dimple seems like he might not be with them as long as I imagine, or maybe he'll just like take his leave at some other time, is because even if those people are evil or whatever, I don't think Mob is the type of person to allow. He won't allow Dimple to just live in someone's body all of a sudden, That just doesn't seem like his character to me in general. Um, I'm not saying that he wouldn't do it, because he could do whatever he wants at this point. Because a lot has happened recently where he's seeing more and more eye to eye with other psychic user. This guy this week, when it came down to just how he's been bullied, the sad backstory that guy had was him trying to pretty much make money any way, shape, or form, and somehow his mom still ends up dying and turning into an evil spirit, which then like proceeded to haunt him, or an evil spirit that he probably didn't want to slay, knowing it's his own mother's spirit. So it's a very tragic story that guy had that happen. Not to mention, it had a little bit of Sensui into it with the Yu Yu Hakusho, where he could, when he was born, he could see spirits, and for some reason he didn't know why the spirits and the monsters were attacking him, but it didn't matter because he had the power to fight them back. So that's kind of what I got from this guy's character. Like he was young and was unfortunate enough to see all those spirits and stuff since birth. And when he still had enough power to defend himself and protect himself. So that's what he did, and he learned better control of his power probably than anybody else could teach him, because he was under stress all the time when he was using them, or he was, at least actually fighting someone who wants to take his life instead of someone that might just been training him, or someone that well, I guess Mob was the same way, kind of, but a little bit less dangerous for Mob because he was choosing not to use his abilities. This guy instantly chose to use his ability and continuously used them over and over, including against humans, which is one thing Mob still was trying not to do, even when he's in the fight with people trying to take him out. So what I'm getting at here is Mob is becoming such a complex character that you can't really sum him up as, oh, he's this type of guy or this type of guy. He is literally Mob, and I love when shows can make a character so unique that you really shouldn't be able to put him in a category with anyone else besides themselves. Um, and maybe this other creator or the other character that the curator made himself, aka Saitama, who seriously has quite a bit of the same features as Mob. So, but I mean, the creator made both of them, so it should be pretty understanding why they seem quite alike. But with all that being said, my anime people, I am definitely about to call it a night. 3 videos out for the day again. Your boy out here dropping this daily content. Make sure you guys share and subscribe if you guys wouldn't mind. Get the videos out there by dropping a like too. Puts my video up on the higher chance of being checked out. So likes do help quite a bit. So if you guys wouldn't mind dropping as many likes as possible, it'd be greatly appreciated. Not to mention, just you guys showing up and dropping a view on these videos is amazing to me. So thank you for even doing that. I'm going to be waking up and trying to get some more content out to you guys tomorrow. I believe Black Clover and probably something else is coming out. And if not, I might find a spot to hold Black Clover if there isn't anything else. Not hold Black Clover, but to put with Black Clover if there isn't anything else that shows up. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case it is when you're watching this. And I will definitely talk to you guys in the next one tomorrow if you choose to subscribe or if you're one of my OGs and just showing up to show your boy some support. So thank you for that. But yeah, guys, take care, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, later.